What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Babel, or The Necessity of Violence, an Arcane History of the Oxford Translator's Revolution by R.F. Kuang, otherwise simply known as Babel. However, I really like the long version of the name because it really kind of tips you off into what you're getting into with this book. So I love R.F. Kuang. I really loved her Poppy War series. I have some, little caveats with that. However, as a whole, I really enjoyed that series, and I was really excited about Babel because she's been writing this book for a while, and every time she would tease something about it, I'd get really excited because it is a historical fiction. It's set in Oxford in the 1800s, and we are following these four students, specifically one named Robin, as they are admitted into this university, and they're all there for translation, and they go to a college that takes place in this tower called Babel. And while that's not true, the way she set everything up, the amount of research she did, everything felt so woven together and so realistic. You couldn't tell where history stopped and fantasy started. This is a big book. Okay, when I downloaded the audiobook and I saw that it was 21 hours, I was like, oh no, oh my gosh. However, the pacing with this book was done so well, and I found myself really invested in the story that honestly, it could have gone on for 21 more hours and I would have been perfectly okay with that. The story follows a young man named Robin. He's taken out of his village of Canton when he's about 10 years old. He's taken by a British man who is maybe his father. We're not really sure what's going on there, but he's taken to England. He's raised and taught Latin, how to read and everything, and he is eventually admitted into the prestigious Oxford School to go for translation. And in this story, in this time period, translation is really important because they use it for something called silver working. And these bars, if you put, like one word in one language on one side and then like an English word or some other language on the other side, you can use it to do really amazing things. So this is how they're kind of revolutionizing industry. But of course, with revolution also comes with a lot of protesting because now workers are out of a job, and are they exploiting these people who can speak these other languages? And Robin himself, is kind of taken from this place of like, I've brought you up, I brought you into privilege, like you should be so grateful for all of these opportunities I've given you. But then when you juxtapose that with where he's coming from and, like his home and people like him, Robin finds himself at the center of this revolution of, is this right? Is this something we should be doing? Absolutely adored this story. I think it was a true masterpiece. You can see the passion that R.F. Kuang had for this story. You can feel the amount of work that went into it. And I think it just all paid off just so perfectly. The friend group in this story, I was so invested in, and like every twist and turn and betrayal, like I felt it every single time. And the way this book leaves off, I was a little bit worried because sometimes R.F. Kuang tends to deal like more with the bittersweet and the realistic, and I feel like the way that this book ended was just perfect. I wouldn't have done it any differently. I feel like it worked so well, and honestly, I think Babel is probably one of the best books that has come out in 2022. It's definitely one of my favorite books of the year, and I really recommend it. Like, this is more of like a new adult, like dark academia, like a little bit of fantasy, a lot of historical fiction, like type of story, and it is a lot, but it didn't feel like a hill. Like, it didn't feel like I was gonna have to slog through it. I am glad that I listened to the audiobook. And one of my favorite things about the audiobook is that there are footnotes, and there's a different narrator for the footnotes. So I never was like confused with, oh wait, we're in the footnotes now, because it was a different voice. So like it would stop, and then it almost felt like R.F. Kuang was talking to me when she'd go into this footnote. And it just felt so cool. I felt like I was reading like a first-hand account, like a primary resource of this revolution that happened in Babel. So I really recommend it. I think this book was just so unbelievably well done, and I am giving it an A+. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Top Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.